Anyone you find who's trying to sell backlinks based on DA is either incompetent or they're a scammer. Let's talk about why. Hey everyone, Mike here from Clicked Marketing, and today I wanted to have a discussion about backlinks and specifically about DA or domain authority and why it's not something you should use to evaluate links. I'll say again what I said at the beginning of the video. Anyone who is selling links based on DA is either incompetent because they don't understand how search engines evaluate links and evaluate the strength of links, or they're a scammer. They're a scammer because they do understand it, but they're doing it anyways to take advantage of people who don't understand it. And I know this might rub some people the wrong way. I know there's probably people who are going to watch this video who are selling links based on DA and probably downvote the video, and that's fine. This is not something new, though. This is a discussion I've had many times over the years, going back. It even goes back to PageRank, when Google used to publicly update PageRank. Back then, we used to see people selling high PR links or PR9 links, PR8 links. They were doing the same exact thing. But when Google stopped updating PageRank publicly, those people switched over to DA and started selling links based on DA. So let's dive in. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I just went to 5R and just did a search for backlinks. Figured I'd find some. You can do this though anywhere that you find people are selling links, Facebook groups, Reddit, anywhere out there, other marketplaces, you'll find people doing this. Like right here is someone selling DA98 plus link, DA70. Wow, there's somebody still selling links based on PageRank, PR9 links. That's great. I have no idea what the PageRank is of any site on the internet right now, but awesome. Here's 100 PR9 links plus DA90 plus links. You see this everywhere. DA80 to DA98 links. These people are selling links based on the domain authority of the site where the link will appear. And again, all these people, they're either incompetent or they're intentionally scamming people. So let's talk about domain authority and what it is. So I went directly to the source. It's Moz's metric. And Moz says that domain authority is a search engine ranking score developed by Moz that predicts how likely a website is to rank on search engine result pages. A domain authority score ranges from 1 to 100, with higher scores corresponding to a greater ability to rank. Domain authority is calculated by evaluating multiple factors, including linking root domains and the number of total links into a single DA score. This score can then be used when comparing websites or tracking the ranking strength, in quotes, of a website over time. Domain authority is not a metric used by Google in determining search rankings and has no effect on SERPs. That's kind of the important part there. And really what domain authority is, it's an attempt to, like they say, evaluate the ability of a domain to rank in Google SERPs, but it's largely based on the link database that Moz has. So it's kind of evaluating the link profile of the entire domain. So every page on the domain, and it's kind of combining those together. And it's only based on the links that Moz has found and has in their database. Google, obviously, a lot more resources, indexes a much bigger portion of the internet. They're going to find a lot more links than Moz ever will. And really what DA has become, and if you look through this page here talking about DA and how to use DA correctly, which is BS, and how to influence DA, which is not something you should ever worry about, increasing your own DA. If you watch these videos, it becomes quickly apparent, and you read through this page, the reason that DA exists is it's the first step in Moz's sales funnel to get people in to purchase their tools. When you watch the videos, you'll see them using the tool, their suite of tools quite a bit. It's just a way to get people in to their sales funnel. Again, domain authority, the problem with it is it doesn't tell you anything about the specific page that your link is on. It tells you about the domain as a whole, but that's not how links are evaluated. If you get a link on a page, it doesn't matter, you get a link on It can be a really popular page. It could be something. It could even be a Wikipedia page. It doesn't really matter unless that page has a good link profile of its own. Whether those are internal links or external links, that page needs to have a link profile of its own. And domain authority doesn't tell you that. In fact, most of these people who are selling DA links or high DA links, what they're doing is they're going to high profile websites and they're building a new page. It'll be something like, I've seen people doing it on Tumblr, or Web 2.0 sites like that, where their root domain has a high DA, but they're just building a new blog on that site that has no authority of its own. The links are weak as can be. And again, this is not a new phenomenon. We saw people doing this for years. You used to see people doing it all the time with PageRank. And one example that I still remember very vividly, now this has changed that you can't do this anymore, was IBM. There was somebody selling links, PR9 links on IBM, and later I think they were selling high DA links. I pulled it up here on this domain authority checker. I refuse to give Moz any money, so pulled it up on this, and it has a domain authority of 93. So somebody was selling links on here saying you get these DA 90 plus links. What it was, though, it wasn't on any kind of authority page. They were creating profiles. If you go in here, Moz lets you create a profile, your own little profile on here for shopping around and different things, getting consulting services with them. And I created one here so you can see what it looks like. They changed this now because you used to be able to put a link in here to a website. They changed it. They got rid of that, probably because there were so many people building links here thinking they were building high DA or high PR links off the site. But all it was just a user profile that honestly you could find. There's no link path from IBM.com to that user profile unless I'm logged in. So most of these profiles probably never even get indexed, much less have any kind of linking strength. Another example of this that you see pretty often, still done today all the time, is you see people talking about getting high DA links on sites like Forbes, Inc.com, Huffington Post, these big news sites. Well, what's going on with that is Huffington Post, Forbes, all of them, they have a contributor section. I think Huffington Post actually got rid of theirs because it was so bad. But they have contributor sections, and for a time, just about anybody could sign up to be a contributor. I think some of the sites have trimmed it down now and only have, they got rid of some of trimmed the fat, so to speak. But the contributor section is people just kind of freelance writing whatever they want. It's not, some of the sites it's not even linked to from the main domain. You have to dig around all over the place to even find those sections. These are not journalists for Forbes. These are just contributors. It's almost the equivalent of going to Tumblr and setting up a new Tumblr, except you're doing it on Forbes. Okay, they have these links that you get in these type of articles. They have no authority unless every now and then one might get lucky, or if you promote it well, maybe it attracts some links externally. But just because it's published on Forbes does not mean it's a strong link. The way that search engines are evaluating links is the number one way. Now there's a lot of factors in determining how well it will help your page to rank and what kind of impact it's going to have for specific keywords. But the number one way that search engines, including Google, determine the strength of a link is they look at the link profile of the page that the link is on. If that page has a strong link profile with a lot of really strong links coming into it, then obviously any link off of that page is also going to be a strong link. It's just basic stuff that we all know. That's how Google and search engines are evaluating the strength of links. It doesn't matter what the root domain is. If there's no link path from that root domain to the page your link is on, especially, and the fewer hops you have to do to get to your page, the page your link is on, the stronger it would be. But if it's on CNN even, it gets buried. They're constantly publishing articles. Unless a news story or an article happens to attract a lot of attention and get a lot of external links when it's featured on like a homepage or one of the top category pages, it's going to get buried within the site, and it's just not really going to have a whole lot of authority of its own. Now, links like the Forbes and Huffington Post, those are fine if you want to use them. You see it on websites all the time where it says like as seen on Forbes, and if you want that kind of brand recognition on your website, that's about the only thing those links are good for, is doing stuff like that. Again, there are exceptions. Sometimes you get an article on Forbes or some other news publication that gets some national attention and will get a lot of good links on its own, and those can be really strong links. If you can have that happen, you can get some strong links from those sources. So, again, going back to what I started with at the beginning, domain authority is not a good measure of the strength of a link. Now, if the link happens to be on the homepage, then okay, yeah, it's maybe a decent guide to go by if you feel that domain authority is at all accurate, which I don't. But domain authority, again, the problem with it is it does not tell you anything about the page which your link is on. And these people who are selling links based on DA either are incompetent because they don't understand that, and they don't understand how search engines evaluate links, or they're intentionally scamming people because they do understand that, they completely know that, and they're selling these links anyhow. They're selling these crappy profile links and useless pages that are getting created on these sites all over the place that have a high domain authority for their homepage. So again, anyone selling links based on DA is either incompetent or they're a scammer.